There's one college football game this Thursday night. It might not be a beauty on paper, Army Temple, but I do think there's a money-making opportunity in this game, and I'm going to give that to you free with analysis in this video in just a moment. Hi, this is Steve Merrill, WagerTalk.com, right back here on WagerTalk TV. And I know that the NFL Spotlight game, Cowboys-Giants, will get a lot more bets, a lot more attention. And by the way, I do have a free play video for that game as well, right here on WagerTalk TV. Be sure to click subscribe and click that bell for an instant alert when my Thursday night NFL video is posted. But I also think there's a money-making opportunity here in this college football game with the total, not the side, but the total between Army and Temple. And I like under 45.5 in this game, and I'm going to tell you why right now. First of all, Army off to an impressive 3-0 start. They're a run-based triple option offense. We all know that. They run. They never throw the ball. Temple did struggle against Navy a couple weeks, another triple option team. But they now have faced a triple option in 2 of their last 3 games, so I think they'll be better prepared here the second time around. And we saw this last year. You know, one of the under-the-radar edges in college football I look for every year when you're playing a triple option. There's not many of them left. It's basically Army, Air Force, and Navy. Teams like Georgia Southern were running it a couple years ago. What you look for is when a team has a bye week coming into that game, because that gives them a little extra preparation time to prepare for the triple option. It was a very interesting scheduling situation last year when Temple played Navy, as they were coming off a bye week, and they actually won that game outright, 32-18 as a 6.5-point home dog. And it was one of the only 5 times all season Temple outgained an opponent in total yards. I bring that up because they just played Navy 2 weeks ago, and obviously the result was not very favorable for Temple. It was a blowout loss, once again on paper, 38-11. It's just an 11.5-point dog, but a little misleading as they had a 3-0 turnover deficit and got down early. It was just kind of difficult. But now that they've played a couple regular teams, this is the second time in a 4-game span they faced a triple option. So I do think Temple could be a little bit better prepared to handle the run-based offensive Army. Now, I do think Army will have plenty of success running the ball. This is a team that's been fantastic so far on the ground this season, and that's why I'm not in a hurry to back Temple as a home dog. I'm not calling for the upset here, but I do think this Temple defense might be a little bit better than the overall seasonal numbers indicate. And the reason I mention that is when you factor in opponents' average after 4 games, they've actually been decent on defense. I know that's a strange statement to make when you look at the numbers and you see it's a Temple D that's given up 36.5 points a game, but they've played opponents that average 34 points a game. They've also played opponents that average 6.2 yards per play. Temple has held those 4 teams to 5.8, so they've actually been above average in that regard. And yes, the 220 rushing yards, 5.4 yards per rush allowed isn't very impressive, but their opponents have averaged 207, 5.3. So when you look at opponents' averages factored in, and after 4 games there is something to that now, this is actually a decent defense, maybe better than the overall scoring average indicates. So I do think they could somewhat hold Army in check. Army running the ball every play is going to keep the clock moving, shorten the game. And Army is a good defensive team. They're giving up just 5 yards per play this season, just 9 points per game after their first 3 outings. And Temple offensively is definitely challenged. So while the Temple defense is maybe a little bit better than the numbers indicate, this offense is not. You look at Temple on the season, they're averaging just barely over 3 yards per carry. So Army has a substantial edge on the line of scrimmage. But I do think Temple facing the option for the second time in 4 weeks could have a little bit of an advantage this second time around. And something I'll point out, too, about how those offensive opponent stats are really good, that's because they've played Oklahoma. They've played Coastal Carolina. By the way, they held Coastal to 28. Coastal's a pretty explosive offensive team once again this season. Temple did get their first win last week against Utah State. 45 points is a little misleading, though, as is the total yards. They had a 90-yard touchdown pass, a 64-yard kick. Something else I'll point out, though, Temple had 11 turnovers in the first 3 games and did not force one. Last week, they had a 1-0 turnover edge for the first time all season. So once again, Temple is bad, probably not as bad as the overall numbers indicate. Army is good, but probably not as good as the 3-0 straight up an ATS start indicates. I'm not in a hurry to back a team like Temple, but as a national TV home dog against an Army team that's 3-0 straight up at ATS, this line does probably look a little inflated. So I think the total has better value in this game. I like under 45.5 between Army and Temple, 7:30 Eastern Thursday on ESPN. Now, don't forget, I also have a preview for your Cowboys-Giants NFL Thursday night game right here on WagerTalk TV. Click subscribe, click that bell for instant alerts each week when all these free play videos go up, including my college football top 25 and NFL Fade the Public videos for this weekend. Thumbs up, like these videos as well. That's always appreciated. And comment below, what are your thoughts on this game? Army-Temple, are you playing it? Are you laying off? What other games do you like on the weeknight slate? We also have Virginia Tech, Miami of Florida Friday, Washington, Rutgers, and oh, guess what? Another free play video for you you Washington Rutgers right here as well for Friday night. So I've got a ton of free content for you here on WagerTalk TV. But when you're serious about winning, you want my personal best bets, because I've been doing this now for 29 straight seasons in football, college and pro, as a full-time professional. The last 2 weeks combined, my best bets are 10-4 in college and pro football at WagerTalk. And baseball, don't sleep on baseball, on a current 30-9 MLB best bet run over the past couple months. And oh yeah, I'm number one all time in the NBA. The NBA starts in less than a month. Not a bad time to pick up an all sports, all access basketball, football, and baseball. And right now, when you buy 3 months, you get the 4th month for free. That works out to just $7 a day, just about $3 per play. Once again, buy 3 months, you get the 4th month for free. No promo code needed. Or if you're ready to play consistently for the next year straight, and that is how you win, is a long-term consistent investment approach, I'm bringing back the 1-year all-access discount over an instant $800 discount with promo code SM365. Works out to just $3 a day, just over $1 per play. No matter which option you choose, the buy 3, get the 4th month free, or the full 1 year with the promo code. All the details are on my page. You don't have to memorize it. Go to my homepage right now. You'll see the daily best bets, the daily free play. That's right, I post a free play every day on my page as well. And then also the promos and special offers right below that. Steve Merrill, WagerTalk.com. Get there quicker with shortcut WT.buzz/SM. Follow me on X and Instagram at Steve Merrill, 2 R's, 1 L. At Steve Merrill on X and Instagram. And stay tuned here to WagerTalk TV for some more great free betting content coming up next.